Okay, guys, so I've been having this same interaction with one of my friends for like the past 6 months, and I decided that it would be an interesting topic to also talk about it and kind of bring it here. Where every single time I talk to her, she always says, I'm gonna start going to like, she wants to take a step forward in her physical appearance and her nutrition. And the way to do that is to go to the gym. And every time I talk to her, she consistently says, I'm gonna go to the gym tomorrow. I'm gonna start on Monday. I'm gonna start next week. Every single time I see her. And I ask her the same questions like, did you start going? And it's always, no, I'm gonna start after. And the point of today's video is that there are things, and you have to be distinctive about things that you know you want to change in your life, but you just procrastinate. Because I'm sure she's aware of the fact that she's not doing what she's doing. She's lying to herself. She probably feels like shit, where it impacts your own confidence about yourself because you don't trust yourself anymore, where you're constantly saying, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. But the only person that it actually affects is yourself. It doesn't affect anyone around you. It doesn't, what she is doing doesn't affect me. But I guess you can kind of learn from that, and I kind of wanted, I guess, you guys to do that, where when you say you're gonna go do something and you know you have to finish this homework, you know you have to finish this task, you know you have to go out with your dog, and you don't do that. But the only way to overcome this is simply by going out and doing it. And this can sound like really good advice or really bad advice depending on who's watching this. But the gap between you being aware and changing yourself is taking action. The same way we judge other people for their actions, like we as people, we look at evidence. People can say as much shit that they want about themselves, and apply this to yourself too. You can tell yourself anything you want, but if you don't have the actions to back up who you say you are as a person, who is going to believe you? And most importantly, are you going to believe yourself? So the best thing, and one of the things that I realized, is just accepting that like my mood is going to change every single day. I'm not going to have the same motivation that I have at the start of my diet plan versus the end of my diet plan. Like, this is just something I have to accept, and you can accept that with anything, with every single task. But it doesn't matter, but it doesn't mean that you can use that as an excuse not to do anything. It doesn't mean that you can use an excuse to just be like, oh, today I just can't be asked. And I would be lying to you guys right now if I said that I didn't have those days. I'd be lying to you guys right now if I said I didn't have those days where I was just like, damn, like, I'm just so done with it and I just cannot be asked. But I filmed a video where I just pick up the phone, and every single time I didn't want to go do something, I would just talk to myself about it. And I'd be like, okay, if like I might be feeling this way, but I know me completing this task is going to make me feel better about myself. So admitting this to yourself and kind of saying it verbally kind of puts it to ease. And you don't have to give 100% every single time you're either at the gym, 100% at the time you're working, but just simply putting the effort and showing up. I feel like it still means that you kind of did it in your head, even though you didn't do it to 100%. And that's like the gap between change and the gap between being aware is those actions. And when you consistently do those actions, then it doesn't have to be 100%. Over time, it kind of builds into your identity. It kind of builds into change, and change is where you don't have to think about it all the time, every single time you have to go to the gym. So before, going to the gym used to be such a chore for me, but now because I've done it consistently, and I want to emphasize consistently, for a long period of time, it's gotten easier for myself, where now I don't really question it that much. I'm like, I just have to go to the gym. And okay, it depends on the task you're doing, and for some people it doesn't get that easier. But the point of the video is that there are things you have to do, and you just have to sometimes put your feelings aside and try to be more objective if you know that there's a task that has to be done. Now, short little video today, but I kind of want to end it on this note, not to yap for too long.